Good evening and welcome to this evening's Norwex Facebook party. I'd like to introduce to you a little bit about the Norwex company. I'm Elizabeth and I'm your independent Norwex consultant. Norwex started in the 1990s, and it started in Norway and moved to Canada, and now it's come into the US and it's becoming extremely well known in certain areas. But Norwex started off with a base of microfiber. Microfiber is 1/6 the thickness of a human hair or smaller in order to be considered microfiber. Our microfiber is different than most of what's out on the market. Our microfiber is extremely thick, but the fiber itself is 1/100th the thickness of a human hair. So that makes it an extremely absorbent material, even though the microfiber itself doesn't actually absorb anything. It traps the water within the confines of the fiber. Now, the Norwex microfiber is also woven with microsilver, so the silver doesn't rinse out, and then it gives the antibacterial properties of the silver. So you can wipe down a surface, wipe another surface, and you're not going to be contaminating back and forth between the two surfaces. One of the things that got me really hooked on the Norwex was about little over 2 years ago. A friend of mine introduced it to me by doing this. She took my washroom window and she actually put cream cheese frosting on it. I'm going to use butter on this mirror here. And what she did was she smeared the frosting all over the window, and I about had a heart attack. I thought, how is she going to get that clean? Nothing is going to come off of that. What she did was she used a wet EnviroCloth, and she just wiped, and the butter and the frosting came off. She went over it with the window polishing cloth, which is the same microfiber, just in a different weave. The window polishing cloth takes off all the extra moisture and puts the sparkle and shine back on things, because the bacteria and the debris and the grease is trapped within the cloth. So you can actually go through, and this cloth that I just cleaned up with the butter, you can go back over the mirror again, and all it's going to leave is moisture behind. It's not going to leave any greasy residue behind by reusing the same cloth. So the microfiber is excellent for cleaning counters. It's great for cleaning windows and mirrors. That greasy film inside your car windows, it takes off, and then you don't have to worry about streaks and hitting sunlight and seeing everything that you missed. Another great product that we have, and I'm going to go ahead and start the oven right now. My oven doesn't go down to a low enough temperature, so I'm going to set the oven for just a minute or two, and then I'm going to spray a section of it inside with the oven and grill cleaner. Our oven and grill cleaner is one of our enzyme products. An enzyme is a naturally formed material that eats proteins and fats. So it's targeted for specific things. And what's neat about our cleaners is if you want to target a very small area, you open up this screen mesh and you can target with a stream. If you want more of a foam surface, like for the carpet cleaner, you can go through and close that and it's going to foam up. So I'm going to let that sit for just a second and heat up while I show you something over here. I had not actually cleaned my microwave vents for a while, and I decided I need to clean them. So I'm cleaning them the same way I actually clean the microfiber. I'm using our Ultra Power Plus laundry detergent. And the Ultra Power Plus laundry detergent has no fillers, no harsh chemicals, no bad things to go into septic systems. And for the Ultra Power Plus, that's about how much I use for an entire front load washing machine. And it gets our clothes extremely clean. My son used to have really bad issues with itchy skin, and it turns out that he was getting residue left over from our our dye-free, scent-free soaps that we had been using. So what I did was I set, a little bit ago, I set the vent screens in this bowl of water with just a half a teaspoon of the Ultra Power Plus detergent. And so you can see how really nasty the vent screens are. And so without scrubbing and just using the Ultra Power Plus detergent and hot water, this is how they turned out. So without scrubbing, just hot water and that detergent, it gets it sparkling clean. And I'll go ahead and I'll finish cleaning those in a little bit just by soaking them in a shallow pan with that same water, and then I'll rinse it clean. Let's see. The oven's hot enough. I'm going to let it cool off for just a second. And while I do that, I'm going to talk to you about our dish detergent. We do have a dishwashing liquid, which is highly, highly concentrated. The dishwashing liquid, you can go through and you can use from the normal bottle, or you can dilute it down and use it out of a faucet pump. But you can go through and on the Sperry sponges, just put a little bit of the dish liquid on, and that'll clean an entire sink full of dishes. Now what's neat about the Sperry sponges is they are safe on non-stick surfaces. They are also safe for cast iron without using any soap. Or for those of you that have the Pampered Chef, the stoneware, they're great for cleaning off all the debris left on stoneware after you've baked. Now we do also have the kitchen cloth. This is the blue kitchen cloth. And what's different about the kitchen cloth, it is the same microfiber material. It's just woven so that it's got some grooves and some channels, so that as you're cleaning in the kitchen, you're going to go through and you're going to pick up any crumbs or any debris that's left over. And so you can really get down and you can get a good clean action going, and it's going to trap everything in those grooves. I'm going to go ahead and spray in the oven real quick. Now my oven door is actually pretty clean. Still a little hot in there, but I think it should be okay. So I'm going to spray just this one spot down in here. So that's with the foaming action. And I'm just going to let that sit for a couple of minutes. And the neat thing about the oven and grill cleaner is you don't have to evacuate your whole home when you go through and you spray it. It doesn't smell. It has a very, very faint smell as the enzymes go to work, but it's not going to be anything that causes you any issues. Another one of my very favorite products is the floor mop system. It uses two parts. Both of these parts down here, we have the yellow, which is dry, which is our dust mop, and then we have the blue, which is wet. The mop handle is adjustable, so it's great for people of different heights. When you adjust it, it will start out down here when you get it, and then you just adjust it up to about chin height. And so ergonomically, that's going to be about your best use for that system. But what's neat is it swivels as you go around. So you can go through and you can dust mop your entire floor. You can really get down and underneath the stove, and then you just keep going back and forth. It's very easy. It picks up minute particles. This is the microfiber, so it creates its own static electrical charge. And then when you're done, the majority of your debris is going to be on the bottom of the surface. And if you go through several times before you clean, before you wash it, you can go through, take the rubber brush, and just brush it straight off into the garbage, and then you start out with a fairly clean surface again. Now the rubber brush is also great because it'll pick up dog and cat hair off of furniture. So people that have a problem with their animals on the furniture and stuff, you can go through and you can remove the dog and cat hair. Get that back out of the way. And then when you're ready to actually mop, you just step on the corners, switch to the mop base, and it's the same thing. And the Norwex is clinically proven to pick up 99.6 to 99.9% of all bacteria off of a surface and trap it within the microfiber. So as you're cleaning here, you're actually disinfecting your floor by removing the debris instead of just covering it up with something that people think smells good. Okay? If you want a great smell after you've cleaned, boil some cinnamon sticks with some orange peel and people think you cleaned all day. And then you'll only have spent a couple of minutes cleaning in the entire kitchen. Okay? Let's go back to the oven. Once the enzyme has had a chance to work, all you need to do in order to clean that is use one of your enviro cloths, And then I like to go over it lightly with my Mighty Mesh pot scrubber. It's got this great handle on it to give you a good grip. It's locked on here with some plastic strips, and then you're not beating up your nails and stuff as you're going through and you're cleaning. So all you do is just very lightly go around with that, okay? And then that can just get rinsed off in the sink. And I'm going to be careful since this is still a little warm so that I don't burn myself. And then if you take a look at a couple of minutes ago on the video, you can see where that was pretty dirty and stuff, and so how effectively that cleaned in such a very short period of time with no smell. I'll clean the rest of the oven tomorrow. So one of the last things I do want to show you is our Blue Diamond bathroom cleaner. The Blue Diamond is an all-purpose bathroom cleaner. Okay. The Blue Diamond can be used in the sinks, in the tubs, in the toilets. The only thing you don't want to use it on is natural stonework where you're going to be letting it set for a long time, like granite or slate or marble. So long as you use it and wipe it up, it's perfectly fine. One of the neatest things that you can do, though, I have these pennies here. Why don't you come around the other side? Okay. I've got these older pennies, and I'm going to just pick a couple of them and dip it. This is the Blue Diamond that's full strength. The Blue Diamond can be used diluted down. Usually I recommend to people when they go through and they first clean their bathroom that they use it full strength. And then after that, for maintenance, just use it in their bathroom once a week at a 7-to-1 dilution ratio. So 7 parts water to 1 part Blue Diamond. So it doesn't take very long for it to work. It does work without scrubbing. There is the bathroom scrub mitt, which is absolutely wonderful. It's got a soft side and then a scrubby side. So here's penny 1. And here's penny number 2. So they had started out very dirty, very dingy, and now they are clean and sparkly with no scrubbing. All I did was use the EnviroCloth to wipe it off.